let's discuss the typologies that are in the literature that attempt to categorize the types and styles of the sexual child predator. These are considered to be only suggestive categories, and obviously, as you examine this complex behavior, you have to keep in mind that each individual case is just that. It is an individual case. However, as a means of attempting to place them in some kind of a ranking order of, I will use the word dangerousness to the child, let's go over the typologies that are commonly found in the literature. The first one is called the browser, and browsers are those individuals who unintentionally may stumble across some child pornography and they will download it and save it, and that tends to be the extent of their online engagement in child pornography. The second one is called the private fantasy or private fantasor, and that is an individual who fantasizes about having child sexual relationships, which in our legal system, thoughts are not considered to be evil, therefore there is not a crime. However, the crime occurs when the fantasor takes those thoughts and memorializes them into some kind of a text, for example, a journal, or creates movies or some form of digital format. When he memorializes the fantasies, then he is involved in a criminal activity. The third category is the trawler. Trawlers are individuals who will peruse public sites and chat rooms. They will not purchase child pornography. They tend to have a very extensive collection of pornography, and when they run across images of children, they may download them, but it is not the focus of their purpose or their desires. Also, you may find people who are sexually curious in this category, and they are individuals who peruse the internet for all kinds of images of sexual activity, including those involving children. But again, it is not their purpose or their motivation as they peruse the internet. Also, these are individuals who are identified as libertarians, and that can be people who simply believe that the government is not going to tell them what they can or cannot download and view. The fourth category are the non-secure collectors. These individuals will download and even purchase child pornography. They may have some networks where they talk to other individuals and share pornography, but also they will use the non-secure sites. They will peruse the public chat rooms and those sites that are available where you can purchase child pornography. The fifth category are the secure collectors, and as the name indicates, these are people who are very much involved in collecting child pornography online. They will have extensive child pornography collections. They will also have them password protected or encrypted. They will have a it can be extensive, but they will have networks where individuals can know the passwords and the encryptions, and they can share each other's visual images of children. I found several interesting cases in the literature where this is also the group that may form actual networks where to belong to the network you have to submit thousands of child pornographic images. In fact, the one case that I read, the entrance fee to this network was 10,000 images of child pornography. And then when you submit that, then you have access to the network's total collection. The sixth category is the online groomer. This is the individual that we talked about previously. These are people who use the internet to not only find children, but then also to get them to view child pornographic images. And by doing this, it does two very important things, if not others. First, it reduces the inhibition of the child, because if they see other children involved in this activity, then they may think that this is not a big deal. And then second, these individuals will use it as instructional aids. And they may engage in cyber sex, where they will get the child to turn on a webcam and teach them how to masturbate or move in the way that they wish in terms of their fantasy. Also, this is the predator who may ask for an offline meeting where they will then attempt to engage the child in sexual activity. The seventh is one of the most horrific, and these are the physical abusers. Generally, this category does not put their memorializations of child pornography and their activities with the children online. They will keep it as their personal collection, and it seems like the pornography images of them abusing the children is part of their fantasy. The eighth category is the producer, and the producer is individuals who will find children. They may or may not be involved in the sexual activity, but they will make or create the images that are then made available for sale. And the ninth category is the distributor. And the distributor may also be the producer, but they are the ones who will have the network that they can then go out and sell these images that they have created or the films that they have created. They may be local, regional, national, or in many instances, they are international in scope. With that, I just wanted to give you a general characteristic of the way that predators are identified as a group. And again, this category ranges from the least offensive to the most dangerous.